in the dugout? Was everyone still pretty relaxed? How did all of a sudden things turn around from a 3-1 deficit to an 11-3 win?
Well, you say seasoned veterans. I think one of the biggest turnarounds came from one of our youngest players, Scurvy. He's one of our youngest players, but he's also one of our greatest leaders. He's very vocal. He speaks up a lot. And I don't know about, sense of urgency. It's kind of hard to get that feeling halfway through the season because most of the time we're getting that feeling towards the end.
Right.
Whenever conference tournament time, trying to make the playoffs and stuff like that. But I think people like Scurvy, some of the younger players stepping up and just being very vocal, keeps you from having that sense of urgency, or giving it to you in a good way.
Was there any sort of doubt at all in the dugout at anything?
I didn't sense any panic. If you notice, the way we win a lot of games is late in the games. Our bullpen's been phenomenal, and we wear guys down. We get in the late innings. We play a little small ball, make them handle it a little bit, and we come out with wins. Surprisingly, that was one of our bigger wins. 11-3. So, but the ball started bouncing our way, and we had our bullpen set, ready to go. And whenever we got the lead, they didn't look back. So
you guys have played 5 games against Wilson to that point. 4 out of those 5 games have been decided by 3 runs or less. Right. For you guys to come out and score 11 runs against a team that had the best ERA, you guys knocked them out of first place, by the way, for the first half ERA, knocked them into second. So congratulations on that big win. Let's talk a little bit about that experience once more, as you guys are both heading into your senior years at Mount Olive, and it's an experienced team. But there's also some sophomores and juniors. There's a couple of young guys. Right. Has that helped you guys out, sort of staying with that? Are you guys still remaining on an even keel? You guys don't look too far ahead. You don't take every single win or loss as this huge, big thing. Has that been helpful at all, or is it really just baseball is baseball?
We play every day. So, you got to, take it, as it is. You win. The next day you got to go again. If you lose, it's time to get it going the next day. So, no, it's been pretty easy to stay on even keel, and I don't think I can't tell you who the seniors, who the sophomores are. I know Graves the rook, but he's sure not playing like it. He's been phenomenal for us. So just as a whole, as a group, I think everybody's enjoying each other. So it doesn't matter, how old each other are. It's just we're enjoying it.
Do you agree, Benny?
Absolutely. As far as he was talking about the rook, the rooks stepped up big for us.
Rook's been our man.
Hit 500 during last week.
Right, and he does all this while doing our laundry till like 2 o'clock in the morning. So that's pretty impressive.
So what about the experience for playing for a guy like Skip? He's the all-time winningest manager in Northwoods League, CPL baseball. What's been that experience, really playing under the direction of Darryl Handelsman?
I think, playing for Skip, he gives us more of a professional feel versus in school ball, like where they have to juggle grades, staying eligible, and paperwork, and somebody's taking a test, stuff like this. Here it's baseball. Right. So I think, coming here, it's really, if I don't make it to the next level, or if most of us, don't make it to the next level, I think that this is, pretty close to the same feel as far as the maturity and the way he handles things. So I really enjoy it.
Have you been able to enjoy that, just to know that it's only baseball this summer, you're focusing, you're being treated in a professional environment?
Very, very much. It's been every day, day in, day out baseball, and what else is there to do?
Now, what about your own performance? And Jesse, I'll start with you. I know that both of you guys are very much team-oriented guys, and you like to look at things from a team perspective. But what would you say, Jesse, right now has been your biggest strength so far this season, and maybe one thing that you'd really like to improve on for the second half?
If you looked at my stats, you wouldn't see that I had a strength, I don't think. I struggled quite a bit with the bat, so I'd say that was, what I'd like to improve on. But I guess a strength would be I've driven in some runs, and I'm just trying to find ways to help us win, whether I'm in the lineup or not. I'd like to help out individually, do my job a little better so that as a team, we're more successful.
Same question for you, Benny. One strength and one weakness that maybe you'd like to see yourself improve on in the second half.
Obviously, as far as stats go, I obviously didn't look up our stats for you asked that question because of strengths-wise. But I think maybe a strength would be knowing my role. Early in the year, Matt Cole and still is great first baseman play. We kind of split in time. He plays a little bit more, but I had the role of coming off the bench. Match you lefty to righty, and Wilmington this year hitting kneecap. Yeah. So. Showed a little weakness there by limping to first base, but as far as strength, I think I've I realized my role, and I try to be try to be the best I can at that. As far as weaknesses, I think I can improve on everything. I think we always can. especially offensively. I think that's why you get people here to swing the bat, especially in summer league.
I'll leave you guys with one final question, and this is something that I've asked everybody that's come on Inside the Dog Pound, because I think it's really important for you guys as teammates to be able to see each other in the different roles, not necessarily just who's putting up the best numbers. So I'm curious to hear from you guys, and what's been amazing to me is that I've gotten different people every time to answers to this question. Who's been the teammate that stood out to you, not necessarily because of their stats, because of their numbers, but because of their dedication, hard work, leadership, maybe someone that just sets a great example for the Swamp Dogs? Who's been that guy to you? And Jesse, I'll start with you.
I'm going to go because he'll probably steal mine. So I'm going to go with Grape, Eric Grape for sure. Again, we call him the Rook, but that kid, I mean, he's young. He's going into a sophomore year of college, but he wants to win more than anything, and he's decided to do whatever he had to do to help us win. And just the strides he's made over the past 2 weeks, it's been unreal. Like he, early on, I think that he allowed people to get in his head because they were calling him the Rook, that he was the young guy, and I think he's starting to sense that he does belong, which I don't think we ever questioned. But by far, his work ethic's very good. He doesn't settle for middle of the pack. He's doing everything to help us win.
So Jesse's choice is Billy Bass, the fisherman, Eric Grape.
Yeah.
What about you, Vinny? Who's been that guy to you?
I really think Skirving. I think, like I said it a little bit earlier, that Skirving, he really steps it up vocally. In summertime, you struggle to find that same leadership as you do during school ball, because you're not playing together very long, or you don't know each other very well. But in Wilson tonight, we clinched the playoff spot. We usually don't meet before the game and stuff, and he called us together and told us, even though maybe nobody had vocalized it or anything, he brought us together and really told us what it meant, and just told us to play calm and stuff. So I think he really steps it up, and he doesn't only do it with words. He really swings it well, and is really a great catcher.
Called a great game from McGovern last night.
There you go. Yeah. Sure did. Going through great last night.
Gentlemen, been a pleasure.
Good to see you.
Airlon, Vinson,
enjoyed it.
Jesse Lancaster, appreciate you guys stopping by. It's not taking an opportunity to tell you about a big upcoming promotion. We'll actually talk about it right here on Inside the Dog Pound next week with Bill McMillan, the owner of Restore Warehouse. Don't forget, folks, on Saturday, July 11th, 1 week from the 4th of July, the Fayetteville SwampDogs will be hosting the Pancake Breakfast with the Swamp Dogs at J.P. Riddle Stadium. You can purchase your tickets by calling 426-5900 or visiting GoSwampDogs.com for more information. Come on out to the stadium. It's going to be a great morning, some great breakfast with the Swamp Dogs players and coaches. They'll be signing autographs, they'll be talking, they'll be hanging out with the kids. They'll be teaming up with Restore Warehouse, and all the proceeds will go towards the Fayetteville Urban Ministry as well as the Fayetteville Habitat for Humanity organization. So come out and support a great cause. We mentioned Mike Chandler over before about Case for the Cure. We'll talk to him in just a little bit. Call the Swamp Dogs again today, 426-5900 for more information. Want to thank my guests, Jesse Lancaster and Airlon Vinson. We'll be coming up with Mike Chandler from Dogwood Capital Management when we come back on Inside the Dog Pound.
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs?
All right, everybody, we are back. Welcome into Inside the Dog Pound here on Time Warner Cable. Ben Heisler joined by the president of Dogwood Capital Management, Mike Chandler.
Good to see you, Ben.
It's a pleasure to have you on the program. How are you doing today?
It's great to be here.
Good. We're thrilled to have you here. And Dogwood Capital Management, the Swamp Dogs, have been partners for a long time. But tell us a little bit about your business, how things all got started, and how long you guys have been serving really the Fayetteville community.
Well, first of all, we've been doing financial planning for about 20 years. And we recently opened up a new office downtown in Fayetteville. But we've been connected with the Swamp Dogs for even before the time that Lou and Skip got here. So we've had a great connection with them, and we've been super partners. I just don't know any other way to put it. In taking a look at what the Swamp Dogs do to this community is absolutely incredible. And I think you and I had this discussion on the phone not too long ago. And I just challenge everybody just to get involved with these young men that you're about to see. They come over from all over the country, and we're always looking for host families, and it's just incredible what they do and what they give back to this community, and that's really the basis of our relationship with the with the Swamp Dogs.
And I'll definitely ask you a few more questions about that relationship between Dogwood and the Swamp Dogs. But one other question I want to talk to you in regards to financial planning, especially now in today's economy.